kiddos. I hope everybody's well today. Today's lesson is about emptying ourselves to get more of God in us. The more of God that we have inside of us, life is going to be so much easier. And so what happens is, it's easier to understand this through a demonstration. I filled this big vase up all the way here with water. Let's pretend that this is us. This is me, you, everybody. This is ourselves, okay? And if we have this much, like where the water level is now, is all about us and not about God, then when we try to put the good things of God in there, well, there's no room for it. It's just going to overflow of self because you haven't left any room for God. So what we need to do is get rid of some of the bad stuff about ourselves to make more room for God. So more of God can get in us, okay? Because it's only when more of God is in us, A, it makes life so much easier. B, that's when God shines through us to affect other people's lives. So there may be some anger in us that we need to get out. There may be some selfishness in us. Maybe there's a lot of selfishness in us that we need to get rid of. There may be even fear. There may be fear in us that we need to get rid of. Maybe you're a little bit of a bully, and maybe we need to get rid of that. These are not attributes of God, so we need to get rid of those things. Those are the things we need to work on to get rid of those things out of our life to make more room for God, okay? Maybe we whine and we're whiny to our parents. No, we need to get rid of that. The more we can get rid of, the more room there is in our hearts for God. So now God can get all the way in. He can get all the way in down to the bottom and fill up our whole selves with all the good things of God. Okay? Isn't that wonderful? The Bible says that Christ emptied in John. It says that Christ emptied himself to have more of God in him so that he could do what he needed to do here on this earth. It also says later in John that I can do nothing without God. So we can try to be better people on our own. And let me stop by saying this. God adores you just the way you are right now. Don't ever think anything differently. He absolutely adores you just the way you are. But we can always improve on ourselves. I'm almost 60 years old, and I try to improve on myself all the time. Different things are going to happen in your life, and different things are going to come against you, and you may let a little bad thing into your life. We need to always get rid of that thing before it gets in there too deep and too solid. We need to get it out so that there's always plenty room for God to be in there, okay? And so we need to work on that all the time. There's always room for improvement. And I'm not saying that y'all aren't wonderful. Like I said, God adores you just the way you are, but he wants you to just improve all the days of your life. We're supposed to be becoming more and more Christ-like from now until the very end, okay? That's the whole point. So you say, well, I've always kind of been a tough guy, and so yeah, I'm a little bit of a bully, but that's just the way I am. Well, you know what? That's not how God made you, okay? Because God doesn't make bullies. God doesn't make fearful people. God doesn't make, whiny people. God doesn't make those kinds of people. God made you wonderful. So those are things you chose to be. And if you choose to be a bully, you can choose not to be a bully. So that's the kind of things we need to work on. Okay, we're going to do one of y'all's favorite magic tricks that we've done in class a bunch of times. And it's also a great demonstration about emptying of oneself out. This is just a normal tea bag, so y'all can do this at home, but please don't do it without adult supervision. So you cut the top of the tea bag and you empty, just like we did. We empty ourselves. You empty the tea bag of all the tea. Make sure you have a straight edge on the bottom. You open up the tea bag and you stand it up. Best to stand it on a little metal surface or a glass surface so it doesn't get burnt. Lightly, and this is the part where you need an adult, but lightly, you're going to touch the top of the tea bag with the flame and watch what happens. Isn't that the coolest? That's everybody's favorite trick. I love it. All right, you be good, you be healthy, happy, and safe, and I'll see you next time.